3, and we'll read from verse 32. And there were also 2 other malefactors led with Jesus to be put to death. And when they came to the place that is called Calvary, there he was crucified, and the malefactors, one on the right hand and the other on the left. Then Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And they parted his raiment, and they cast lots. And the people stood beholding, and the rulers also with them derided him, saying, He saved others, let him save himself, if he be Christ, the chosen of God. And the soldiers also mocked him, coming to him, offering him vinegar, and saying, If thou be the King of the Jews, save thyself. And a superscription also was written over him in letters of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew, This is the King of the Jews. And one of the malefactors that were hanged railed on him, saying, If thou be Christ, save thyself and us. But the other answering, he rebuked him, saying, Dost thou not fear God, seeing that you are in the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man, he has done nothing amiss. And he said to Jesus, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus said unto him, Surely I say unto you, today you shall be with me in paradise. And it was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness, a great darkness, over all the earth until the 9th hour. That would be from midday to 3 o'clock. And the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was torn in two. It was rent in the midst, opening up the way into the place of a holy God. The veil of the temple was rent in the midst. And when Jesus had cried with a loud voice, he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. And having said this, he gave up the ghost. And may God add his blessing to the reading from his own holy word. I want to talk for a little while now about a thief. Thieves were not uncommon then, nor are they today. We've been hearing a lot and reading a lot recently about Madoff, the man who purchased all sorts of vehicles and yachts and lived in an extravagant manner. But the money that he was using wasn't his at all, but belonged to others who thought that they were gaining interest. Well, a lot of interest has been taken in Mr. Madoff in this last few months, and he's been sentenced to 150 years in prison. He won't, of course, live that long, but that was the sentence. And then nearer home in our Ottawa Mint, gold and silver has been disappearing. And we're all well aware of that because it's been publicized all over the place. So thieves were not confined to the day of Christ. We have many today. And here in Luke 23, we have the account of a thief who found more than he had ever stolen. The man, though he hung upon a cross, was converted. And conversion, of course, is a work of God. It's grace in the human heart. It's a supernatural event resulting from a new vision. And this man surely had a new vision as he hung upon that cross. It's true that, like his companion, this fellow had no sympathy for Christ. But then all that changed as he gazed upon the figure on that middle cross. And suddenly the fever cleared from his brain. And in contrition, he looked at Jesus and longed to be made whole. Now let me quickly mention three things here this morning. First, he saw royalty in Jesus. Remember me, Lord, when you come into your kingdom. And at that moment, very few people believed in the kingship of Christ. 33 years earlier, wise men came. Where is he that is born king of the Jews? But oh, so many things have taken place since then. Much had happened. It is true that the disciples had gone forth boldly to proclaim the coming of the kingdom. But now those same disciples were scattered, afraid of the consequence of their arrest. And Pilate, either in mockery or to annoy the Jews, had written a title which was there above the head of Jesus. This is Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. And Pilate had that inscription nailed to the tree. But perhaps it was a mockery, because apparently Pilate had no faith whatsoever. And few at that time believed that Jesus was a king. But this thief did. Remember me, Lord, when you come into your kingdom. He saw royalty in Jesus. He saw resurrection in Jesus. When you come into your kingdom, dead men don't have kingdoms. It seemed to many as though this man would inherit a tomb, period. But no, says the repentant thief, you will rise again. I know it in my heart. A kingdom is yours. And when you enter into that kingdom, please think of me.